subject was, what is the purpose of life? And the Quran answers this question in many different verses. One of them is that Allah created us to be His Khalifa, Khalifatullah, vicegerent of Allah on this earth. But the way to become successor, the deputy, the representative, the image, whatever the expression might be, is that we get to the maqam al-adamiyya. وَعَلَّمَ آدَمَ الْأَسْمَاءِ. If we are at the level that Allah is our muallim and murabbi, He is our teacher and He is our trainer, then we are in a position not only a bashar as a physical form, and not only as insan that sometimes is good, sometimes is bad, but Adam means al-insan al-kamil, a complete human being. But we cannot become Adam, maqam al-adamiyya, except we win that inside struggle. إن أفضل الجهاد من جاهد نفسه التي بين جنبيه. The Prophet, peace be upon him, called it al-jihad al-akbar, victory in the internal war. If we can overcome our ego, our arrogance, our jealousy, selfishness, then we are in our way to maqam al-adamiyya and maqam al-khilafah. And I'd like, brothers, just to move a little bit forward so more people are coming, and then we have more space for the newcomer after Salat ala Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. Oh. Move forward. We have more space here. Come forward. One of the big obstacles in this jihad is hubb al-dunya, human love for this material world. This is why Imam Ali alayhi salam said, أخرجوا من الدنيا قلوبكم قبل أن تخرج منها أبدانكم ففيها أخبرتم ولغيرها خلقتم. Your destination is not in this world. Let your hearts find a different house. This is not a real home for your hearts. Don't let the dunya occupy your soul. Be visionary, think higher than this. In another word, he said, الدنيا دار المنافقين وليست بدار المتقين. Only the hypocrites let this dunya to invade your soul, their souls. احذروا الدنيا فإن في حلالها حساب وفي حرامها عقاب. Imam said, be aware of this dunya. If you are doing everything right, still there is responsibility and calculation for what you are doing. And if God forbidden you are doing something wrong, then it's obvious. That is punishment. That is the destruction of your soul. One of the sisters sent me a text message just a couple of days ago and sent a hadith, and she said that, can you translate this in English for me? And then I did some search and I found out that this was a khutbah of 63 from Nahj al-Balagha. ألا وإن الدنيا دار لا يسلم منها إلا فيها. It's a very short khutbah. There are just 5-6 sentences. That this dunya is your only opportunity. When we die forever, right? We are not going to come back. No way, it's finished. So take advantage of this opportunity. It's not forever, it's short, it's going to be done, and when it is done, it's done forever. وَلَا يُنْجِ بِشَيْءٍ كَانَ لَهَا. If you are looking for salvation, make sure that if you are doing everything, you are doing it for the sake of this world, it's not going to provide you any salvation. أُبْتُلِيَ النَّاسُ بِهَا فِتْنَةً. It is a time of tribulations and fitna and test. Sometimes there is pleasure, sometimes there is pain, sometimes there is poverty, sometimes there is prosperity. It's just test. فَمَا أَخَذُوا مِنْهَا لَهَا أُخْرِجُوا مِنْهُ وَحُوسِبُوا عَلَيْهِ. If you are building everything that you are building just for this world, there is going to be a time that you are going to be separated from this building, but still you are going to be responsible for it. There is going to be a time that you don't have it anymore, but still you have to be responsible and still you have to answer what happened. وَمَا أَخَذُوهُ مِنْهَا لِغَيْرَهَا قَدَّمُوا عَلَيْهِ وَأَقَامُوا فِيهِ. But if you achieve what you achieve in this world for a higher goal, your aim is higher than that, you are not doing it just for this temporary stuff, you have a bigger understanding, then that is an investment for you. That is a 401k that you are doing it not for this today, but for your eternity. That is your investment. Then Imam concludes, فَإِنَّهَا عِنْدَ ذَوِي الْعُقُولِ كَفَى الظِّلُّ بَيْنَ تَرَاهُ سَابِغًا حَتَّى قَلَسَ زائدا حتى نقص. Subhanallah. Amir Mulk al-Kalam, Amir al-Mu'mineen yatakallam. He is saying that the example of this dunya is just like your shadow, especially in the afternoon. After Zawal, afternoon, as the sun is getting closer to the sunset, your shadow is longer. It's getting longer and longer, but all of a sudden, all the shadow is gone and it's total darkness. He says this is the example of this dunya. We live longer, we accumulate more, we add up, and his shadow is getting longer and longer, and we say, oh, how big we are. But all of a sudden everything is a sunset of our life, and darkness comes, and we achieve nothing. This is the best example that in the أشعار زيادة المرء في دنياه نقصان وربحه غير محض الخير خسران يا آمرا لخراب الدار مجتهدا بالله هل لخراب العمر عمران يا خادم الجسم كم تشغي لخدمته بخدمته أتطلب الربح فيما فيه خسران أقبل على النفس واستكمل فضائلها فأنت بالنفس لا بالجسم إنسان. How much focus on this material? Where is our vision? Where is our wisdom? Where is our smartness? If you build something stronger for your character, for your soul, that is what you need. Because this trip, the trip of eternity, is a long, long trip. And only we survive if we are strong in character and we are strong in our spirit. And this is the message of this poetry, that واستكمل فضائلها فأنت بالجسم فأنت بالنفس لا بالجسم إنسان. Your humanity is in your soul and your character. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله ستأتي فتن على أمتي كغطاء الليل المظلم يصبح الحليم فيها حيران فيصبح فيها الرجل مؤمنا ويمسي كافرا ويصبح كافرا ويمسي مؤمنا يبيع دينه بعرض من الدُّنْيَا. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that there is going to be a dark day. The dark days are coming to the future of my ummah. That even the ulama, the uqala, the people of wisdom, they are confused. There's so much illusion, so much delusion, so much darkness that people may lose their faith. In the morning somebody is faithful, in the afternoon faith is gone. Or opposite. What is going on? That people are losing their faith, people are losing their mind, people are losing their hearts. Well, brothers and sisters, yes, Sadaqa Rasulullah. He was a Sadiq al-Amin. And we are experiencing those dark days in the history of this ummah. I could not believe it when I listened to the khutbah of this Sheikh Abdul Rahman al-Suwais from Masjid Al-haram. I couldn't believe it. That this is Masjid Al-haram, the holiest mosque, the headquarters of our faith. This is the masjid that the Prophet said, Al-Yawm Yawm al-Marhamah, Mush Yawm al-Malhamah. This is the day of love and passion and compassion and forgiveness. And this man is using the heart of Islam to bring mischief and demonization and defamation and bigotry and prejudice and exclusion and disunity. I couldn't believe it. That anyone can talk like that. Forget about Muslim, any human being. Our war with Iran is a war between Shia and Sunni. Wow. I'm not making it. It's exactly the translation of what this person said. It is a sectarian war. Even if it was not a sectarian war, we will make it a sectarian war. Our war with Rafidis will continue as long as they are on the face of this earth. And you imagine, it's not about craziness. You don't know whether you have to laugh loudly or you have to cry loudly. It's really, really confusing. It's really confusing. What happened? What is going on? Why so much anger? It's not about Shia and Sunni. It's not about human rights. It's not about democracy. It is about money. It's not about power. It's about hubb dunya. That is the real matter. And Allah says, قُلْ مُوتُوا بِغَيْظِكُمْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ عَلِيمٌ بِذَاتِ الصُّدُورِ. Die out of the anger in your heart. Allah knows what evil is going on in your soul and your heart. You lost humanity. You lost your humanity and consciousness. You sold your soul. You sold your soul. You can send bombers for people who are in need of bread and bomb these milk factories in a poor country like Yemen. And then you are Imam of Masjid Al-haram, Al-Aar. Shame on you. اشتريت مرضات المخلوق بسخط الخالق. You want to make your monster or your master happy. But the price is the wrath, the anger of Allah with what you say. But you have a partner, and that is Netanyahu. That is another Abu Jahl. That he is angry too. They did this all operation the time that this negotiation was going on. To do everything if they can stop it, if they can destroy it. Yes, Netanyahu is angry because he cannot continue to lie and cheat and fool the American people for getting more money and more military and doing more mischief in the Middle East in the name of Iran, in the name of a big lie like nuclear weapon. And this is why the streets in Tehran were happy and celebrating and welcoming Dr. Zarif and his team. And I would say that American people should do the same thing for John Kerry and his team, that they show to the world that there is another way. And brothers and sisters, I would say this is a miracle. This is the first time that the American administration and the White House show some resistance under the order of the Zionists and Netanyahu. That is a sign. That is ayah min ayatullah. Allah wants to show the world that yes, there is a possibility. Yes, inna Allah ala kulli shay'in qadir. What is the excuse of you devils of sending bombs, and instead of distributing food, they are distributing weapons among those poor people? Oh, they are Shia. Wow, Al-Houthi, they are Shia. I didn't know they are Shia. Now I know. What about the other? Are you saying all the Yemenis that they are under bombardments, all of them are Shia? And so what? If they are Shia, they should be bombed, they should be killed? What about the army of Yemen? They are not Shia, they are Sunnis. And even the Houthis, they are, in their jurisprudence, they are like half Sunni and half Shia. So it's not about Shia and Sunni. It is about lust for power and desire for this world, for hubb dunya. But then unfortunately those poor people must pay the price. They are the ones who are facing pain and poverty and disease and cancer and death and destruction and being handicapped forever and being emotionally depressed and stressed and hopeless. Those poor people must pay the price for this aggression. And this hypocrisy, the government of Turkey and Egypt, they didn't want to even talk to each other. Oh, the Egyptians did the coup d'etat and they did, and all of a sudden they are celebrating and dancing together. And the same soldiers for the Saudis, because of a bag of money that they received. So we have had these stories in the history, but this is what the Prophet said, the dark days are coming. And you know who are the munafiqin, who are the peacemakers, and who are the war makers. Netanyahu says that one put a condition in this Iranian agreement that they recognize the existence of Israel. Wow. You have 400 atomic bombs and still you are in need of a recognition from Iran. That's interesting. And what happened to those people who already recognized your existence? Yasser Arafat recognized. What you criminals did to Yasser Arafat? You killed him. What did you do for Mahmoud, Abu Mazen, and West Bank? They recognize you. So we are dealing with this deep hypocrisy and evil. And this is our responsibility, brothers and sisters, that as a community work together and to bring education. What is it that Saudi Arabia, only 20 million people, 25 million people, they are the largest buyers of weapons in the entire world. Unbelievable. That a country like India, like 1 billion population, they are not purchasing as much as weapons as Saudi Arabia. The largest. And now why you need all this money and all this weapon? Are you using it in Gaza? No. 10 Arab countries, they were in their ways to Gaza, but they got lost in the middle and they ended up to be in Yemen now. They need a GPS but that GPS takes them to hell. That GPS doesn't take them to Jannah because of their intention. And we have to say it to our administration. Yesterday we had the county executive, Mr. Warren Evans. He was here, and his clergy, Reverend Roberts. And we had a gathering. Some of you were there. Hajj Zuhair Abdul Haq was there, and he made some good points and some good questions to the President Council. Before we came to this meeting, the executive came to our office, and I was talking with him. And I said, really, the situation is so sad. We as a community, locally, we can work together. It's good that we have communication, we exchange information, we talk to one another, we work together, we think about our social struggles, social challenges, about the security of our area, about prosperity, fighting poverty, fighting racism, work for education. That's wonderful. But I said, I wish we had some influence in the federal government. Don't they see that all this weapon, and I know that it's about business, it's about money. But really, to get money, the only way is just to sell weapon, and especially to countries like Saudi Arabia. If somebody is mentally ill in this country, you don't sell him a gun. Mental problem. But you see, you are giving all this weapon to a country that right away the ISIS have it, the Al-Qaeda has it. Can you imagine that the first thing happened in Yemen was they opened the prison and they freed more than 300 ISIS and Al-Qaeda people. Same thing happened in Iran. Something happened in celebration in Tikrit. All of a sudden they go anywhere like crazily to hit somewhere. Even a Palestinian refugee camp in Damascus, in Syria. So what is going on? And I told Mr. Evans that I wish they would take some advice or something from us, that we have to send more education rather than more arms to this world. There is a better way for humanity. And we say this not because we are anti-American. We love this country. We have devotion for this country. America is our watan. Hubbul watan min al-iman. We love this land because we chose America as our watan, as our country. We are dedicated to that. And we criticize when we say these things out of our passion, because we are looking for peace. We are not people of hatred. But that is better for our country. Other than that, you see all of a sudden now in Kenya, almost 150 students, poor students, in the university were attacked by Al-Shabaab. And then all of a sudden CNN says, Muhammad ibn Muhammad, he did it. And all of a sudden Americans, I said, what is going on? If you go to Yemen, we are killed. If you go to Iraq, we are killed. If you go to Syria, we are killed. If you go to Afghanistan, and then we are in our own country, again, under aggression, Islamophobia, that looks like we are representing those guys, and we are the same. I said, I wish they would take some advices from people of love and loyalty in this country, and to stop supporting countries like Saudi Arabia that is supporting ISIS and Al-Qaeda out of money or out of that Wahhabi extremist ideology that is like evil and anti-Islam. There is nothing in Islam to encourage people to war. As a matter of fact, any time the Quran uses the word al-harb, like 5-6 times al-harb muharaba, is just in negative way. Yuharibun Allah wa Rasulah. Like the word of war is something negative. We have jihad that you defend yourself. But what they are doing is not jihad, that is war, that is terrorism, that is tyranny. That is crime against humanity. And we have to do something that we leave a better legacy for our children. That our children, they appreciate the beauty of peace, the beauty of love and forgiveness, the beauty of understanding, لِتَعَارَفُوا, that we know one another from different races, different colors, different communities, different tribes. We talk to one another, we have conversation, and we have a better understanding of the purpose of this life. Allah wants us to be Khalifa. Allah didn't want us to act this atrocity and evil and terrorism. Allah wants us to go to Maqam al-Adamiyya. So these ayat and these ahadith are wake up call for all of us. Wake up from this darkness, from this negligence, from this arrogance, and participate in this jihad al-akbar, jihad al-nafs. And I am so glad to see so many kids and so many younger ones among us today. And these are our legacy and our future. And we have to work together that they have a better understanding of the purpose of this life. They have a better vision for the future of their faith and their destination. That inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. We came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and returned to Him. And I hope that now the youth are here, the kids are here. When the salat is over, you register these young ones to be member of Bayt Allah, to be associated, to be connected with the house of Allah, and make their mosque strong, a center of worship, a center of education, a center of service, a center of awareness, a center of unity, a center of humanity, a center of outreach to other communities. And this is the vision that we have for this house and for all the Buyutullah. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات وتابع بيننا وبينهم بالخيرات إنك مجيب الدعوات إنك قاضي الحاجات إنك على كل شيء قدير. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر وإلى الصلاة إن الصلاة تنهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.